And I just jumped right into this one. Usually I wait a few minutes, but just jumped into it. And the client ordered the character the character in the punk no heavy metal outfit, and they also ordered a few extra objects and some of my add-ons. I hate to do it. I mean, I hate to have them, but they're also there for a reason. Because with the extra objects, basically, if you name specific objects, like more than one, then that requires the fee. Because I've had way too many times in the past where someone just asked for so many extra things with it. I thought that made the piece more detailed, or that warranted a higher price because it was more to it. And so, but, um, so yeah, that's why I have the extra object. And, like I said in the previous video, I have to stick to my guns. Otherwise, I'll just give people liberties after liberties, and then that'll lead to possibly the person being more comfortable and just taking advantage. And I don't want to put anyone in that position because we're all human, and we do. I believe most humans, when they start getting used to something, then even subconsciously they'll take advantage, and not maliciously, but just it's just in human nature and life nature, I think in general, because every creature does it. So to avoid all that, um, and because I probably would never mention it, but oh, I really loved his expression in this one. Sorry, off topic. Well, going back on topic. But yeah, so they ordered extra object and the spike collar and other things. And yeah, I really love his eyes here. I love that kind of eye. I think if I was starting to do it, like when I first started my career in this, I think I was doing it too much. But now I want to go back and do more. I mean, I want to start doing more now. But it just fits this character. I want to give them intense eyes. It feels it fits. So client ordered heavy metal and also rated R. And sometimes I'm like, do the client know that rated R means there's going to be some cock out or an asshole out or some titties out? So, because I'm like, because so like this guy always has his cock out. But anyway, um, so I think I'm not familiar with the heavy metal. I'm not in depth in a lot of things, but I know the surface of a lot of things. It feels like, and so just like I know the basic difference between heavy metal and punk. In the music, it's definitely a difference. And like Billy Idol is punk, and whenever I think of heavy metal, I swear I think a heavy metal fan would get on me about this, but I always think of the 1980 glam rockers as heavy metal. Yeah, I know it's not. I know it's not. But whenever I see heavy metal mentioned, that's what I think of. Like and the Japanese glam rockers. I forget what they call them, but they would dress up like extra band, and I always found that funny. I feel I see heavy metal in that more then I would see it in, say, how Kiss would dress for some reason. Like Kiss, that's just costume. But I know it's rock, but I'm not sure if it's considered heavy. If they were considered heavy metal. Um, but the heavy metal that I'm familiar is loud and well, their dress to me is similar to punk. And that's where I was getting at. Even though I do think of, but that's just on the surface. But when I really, but in terms of fashion, like the actual fashion every day, I see heavy metal as being very similar to punk. And, um, but for some reason, maybe a little less clothing in heavy. Like most of the guys, well, from what I've seen, especially the hot ones, is they usually don't have their shirt on. And I think I've only met one heavy metal. I don't think they're heavy metal. They looked glam rock to me, but I've only seen them once in college, and they were friends of a girl I was cool with. And um, I never spoke to them, but I kept, but they were hot, and I kept trying not to look to like get a good look. So I'm like, oh no, no, catch me, or it. I didn't want to make anyone awkward, I guess, but I just wanted to get a good look, but I didn't. But so from the side of my eye, they looked hot, and but they were more glam-ish, punkish, and so that's so in terms of just fashion, heavy metal punk is similar. And but the music is definitely different. Like punk, I think it's more heavy metal is more like I can't understand heavy metal when the person sings at all. Well, from the heavy metal I've listened to, all I hear is the instruments, and I'm like, can we just have the song without the voice? That's what I think with the heavy metal I have listened to anyway. I'm like, I'll keep I want the instrument, not the voice. Like, the voice fucks it up to me. Even though I know they're saying something. But, and I also know, um, and I have like categories that I don't really think it's just in my head. And so, oh, and with, this guy, at first I was gonna have him leaning on a table, but I thought that balance was off. Like it just didn't look right. You saw how I had that line for the table. Yeah, it just messed up the whole feel of it, and the negative space was just wrong, and it just wouldn't balance out. Cause one thing with heavy metal fashion, I think, is that it's not too detailed. Like it's not gothic, where gothic has a lot of layers, and but heavy metal to me, when I think about it, isn't layered like that. And like punk is more layered than heavy metal to me, and heavy metal is more simple, like just throw on shirt, pants. Um, so and with the wing, I thought it would be cute to have one wing actually cover up this fucking nudist. And the closing didn't really. Oh, and this one I actually remembered he didn't have his arm. Yes, I didn't have to go back and erase. I actually remembered this time. After what, 20 pics of him, I finally remembered. But and so yeah, one wing covering up his cock while he's like looking at the camera. I thought that was cool. Maybe looking up at his husband, like, look what I got, or something like that. It's like, you gonna come down here or what? And to his husband that he's looking at, maybe properly. And I like doing the light on the hair. I found, and I did a little bit extra with the tattoo. They had also had tattoo design, and tattoo add on, because it just wasn't. enough. Like I add on. Um, I consider that it's like part character and part um um fashion. So yeah. Hope they dig it and it's fun. Thanks. Bye.